Viva España, we're all off to sunny Spain. Oh, we're so excited. Just got back from Scruff on Tour, or as it's been now dubbed, Scruffy in the Sun. Draw the intro, going to do an update of the small account and just show you a couple of things. Oh, don't really know where to start with this one, guys. What I'm going to do in this video, I am excited, so it will be a bit of a tangent, but I'm going to show you an update of the small account and talk you through why I do it and what it's going to achieve. But what it's achieved for the guys in the squad was something I could never have dreamed of. I really can't. I can't even put it into words, to be honest. But what I will say is, I don't often go to Benidorm, but when I do, it's fantastic. Looking at you, pretty boy Hollywood. That's right. While we're out there, there's going to be a lot of in-jokes that the guys will get. And some of you lot won't. But if you were there, you will now be piddling yourself because these sort of stupid things ran on. We had a riot over in Spain. We genuinely did. And it's peanuts to get there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually show you what a small account can do to actually get you to maybe one of these events, because it's now going to be an annual event, October, November time each year. And we're going to go back to Benidorm. The hotel that I booked for them was superb. The food they laid on was excellent. I couldn't ask for more, but more importantly, the guys were excellent. They were very interested in what I was talking about, and I went through all sorts. The mindset of what a trader is, how you need to approach yourself to the charts, broke down a couple of strategies, and then broke down a live chart, which we followed up the next day, and guess what? It did exactly what we predicted. Now, I ain't got a time machine, and to do it in front of a crowd of people when the pressure's on is really difficult.
Who'd be stupid enough to do that?
Justify, stupid.
In fact, the pressure was really on because I had to do it. And it was a success. But I found the best part of this, and I genuinely do, and this is why I'm so excited about it. The guys pulled together so well. They might have came in strangers, but they've left as lifelong friends. That's what trading's about. That's what community is about. And if you can't see that and you're in it for yourself, sling your hook, because you're never going to make it. You need a group like that. And these guys, even though they are different parts of the country, some of them are on the continent. They pull together and they'll speak to each other for the rest of their lives. Now for me, that's the proudest moment of the day. It really is. And I can't thank you enough, guys. So whatever it's cost, it was worth it. It truly was worth it.
I'd buy that for $1.
But let's have a look. Let's see what we got up to, because trust me, I mean, if I flick this over and we'll kind of go over into Scruffs on Tour. There's start of the joke. It's part of the meme. Yes, it is. Oh dear. And then we came all the way down and Hong Kong Fooey, #1 super guy. But as you can see, we had the full classroom and everything. In fact, I'll blow it up. Here's some images. It was superb, absolutely superb. And they're absolutely buzzing about it. thoroughly enjoyed it, blah, blah, blah. Yes, we're going to do the Christmas meetup as well. I'll get onto that this weekend, Wayne. Don't you panic. And we'll have a jolly time somewhere, Manchester, Birmingham way. We'll all get together. Happy days, happy days. Okay. Oh, I'm so excited, guys. I'm really am. It's been fantastic. But let's have a little look here. So you go away and you think these events cost a lot of money. Well, that event didn't cost them anything because I paid for it. All right? I'm not paying for the next one. There'll probably be a small cover charge because it was ridiculously expensive. But I did it because I wanted to give them something. And even next year, it still will be. And we're all very generous to each other. And I think that's the way forward. But let's just say you wanted to go onto an event. Now, we are looking October, November next year. So you've got about 12 months. Okay. So you've got 12 months. What does that entail? Well, let me pull up a website and let's just assume you're going to take your missus with you. Now, this will all make sense when I get onto the small account in just a moment. But just bear with me half a second.
Well, we're waiting.
So we're looking at, well, let's look at the cheapie, shall we? So we're going to go back to Benidorm. So we'll say Benidorm, right? Alicante, Benidorm, okay. November 25, so that right? So look whole a month, November 25, and I'm going to assume you're going to go out for a week. Now, you might only want to have a couple of days, but let's just say you're going for a week and you're going to take your partner with you. How much does this cost? And we'll do a cheapie, and then we'll do something like what I might do. Okay, so price first. Let's have a look. So we need to be in Benidorm, so it's the lowest price. Benidorm for a week, including your flights, etc., is about 400, well, say 500 quid. Okay. Now, I'm not a lover of cheapos, and let's be honest, I stayed in the Solana where the TV show was booked because of the laugh factor, and I can honestly say it was like cell block H. I'm not doing that again. So we'll also do, so you're looking at 500 quid on a budget. But if you wanted a half decent hotel, let's just say a 4-star, just see what we got. Yeah, 500 quid. So there's 500 quid with a half decent hotel. Okay, right. So low budget 500. Let's have a look at a bigger budget. British Airways. We'll have a look at this. So, well, it's October, but it's there or thereabouts. So don't panic. We're doing 7 nights. Europe. So we're looking for Spain, and we're going to look for Alicante because that's where Benidorm is. Okay, up we go. Well, let's have a look, see what we can get. Well, star rating, I want a 4 or a 5, and there's no way I'm doing Ryanair again. You can scrap that idea right off. There we go. So Alicante, 1400 quid. All right, that's if you're going to be posh paws flying in business class. And if you've never flown business class, I do recommend it. I genuinely do. Many moons ago, I used to fly that way. I'm a peasant now, so I can't, but I'm working my way back to it. This is what you get. Oh, those were the days, those were the days. But let's have a look. That's 4-star, the Mercure. That's Alicante, Costa, Molina. Right, that was down on the front. That's a nice hotel. I walked past that one. Okay, so we'll go to there. I can upgrade to business class 231 per person. So, yeah. All right. So, let's just say 1,600 quid top end. So, your 500 bottom end, 16 top end for 2 of you going, and that one's bells and whistles. Okay? I'm going to work on the top end. Why I'm going to work on the top end? Because anything else is a bonus. If I can almost get there, I can probably afford the cheap. Bollocks. We'll do both. We'll do both, boys and girls. Let's have a quick look. All right. So what do I want? Well, I want a holiday. What's the top cost of it? 1,600 quid. We've just worked that out. When do I want it? Now this is the thing. So we'll just say Nov 25. Just because you should always have a target. Why should you have a target? Because then it pulls focus. If you've got focus, you can sort out. And if you can sort it out, you can break it down. So how many working days is that? Well, let's find out. Bear with me a second. Okay, I use this website kind of regular. It helps me work things out. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to assume that you're going to start it on the 1st of January. So we'll flick that through. So the 1st of January, you're going to start looking at your charts again. And then you're going to end it. Well, we said, let's just say we're going to pay for it by the end of September. Okay. Now, what we're also going to do is we're going to take away weekends and public holidays so you can have a break, because you shouldn't be trading 7 days a week. And we're going to see. So we're going to exclude that and public holidays. So what's the duration? It's 190 days. So you've got 190 working days. So that's not too bad, actually. So you can put in 190 days from January. Okay. Now this is where these small accounts get interesting. And then I'm going to show you something. Now you've seen me do mine over a period of time. And you've seen me build it up and buy a holiday. Build it up and buy a holiday. Well, let's just see what you roughly have to do. Well, let's say you've only got 500 quid. All right. You're trading very small. £500. Okay. What that's telling you is you have a lot size or a position size of 50p. Now, for the lot, that is 0.05. It's very small. But actually, so is what you need to achieve. Now, let's assume you trade twice a day. Just twice. Once in the morning, once on the night time. Now, I'm only doing that because it's an assumption. Now, you might even trade 3 times a day. You can do early morning before breakfast, on an afternoon, and then on an evening. Let's just see what you actually need to achieve. Well, if you did just 2 trades, all you have to do, each trade, is 8.5 pips. That's it. 8.5 pips per trade. And then by the time you get to September, you get to go on holiday. Now let's just say you do it 3 times. 5 pips a trade. 5. Well, it's actually 6. Rounded up to 6. All right? But that's all you need to do. And that's assuming you're only starting with 500 quid.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Now let's just put some money values into this. Because the pip count to some people doesn't mean anything, but the money does. So let's flick this back. Oh, so excited. Now look at the dynamic of this. I've added an extra little piece underneath for you. Your account size is 500. 50p a position. It's not impossible. 3 trades per day is 5 pips a trade. 8.42 for the day. But look at that. 281 per trade gets you there. Now let's change the dynamic a little bit. Still got your 500 account. You only want to trade twice a day. One in the morning, one in the afternoon. But you only need 500 quid.
You're taller than I imagined.
I'm bigger in every department.
That is more than doable. More than doable. 500 quid. 2 trades a day. £1.32 per trade. And bang! You do that every day with focus. You're going Benny Dom. Where's all this come to? What are we... I'm so excited. This is... Oh, God, I need a coffee. I actually need a beer. No, I don't need a beer. I don't need a beer. And I'm going to tell you why I don't need a beer. I don't need a beer because of this.
You ding-dong!
Yes, they took me and Joanne out. We are not used to sitting in a bloody kebab shop at 2:30 in the morning, pissed as newts. No, my dear friends, we're not. In fact, we had that much drink. We had to have pop so that we could hydrate ourselves. And as in the words of Glenn, Mr. Hollywood there, I don't always go for a drink. But at the end of it, I need to go to Betty Ford. Naughty.
Naughty, naughty.
Naughty boy. No, we had a wonderful time. We all did. There's pictures of Perry. Looks like a kid released from school. It was hilarious. Yes, Hong Kong Phooey. Your secret will be safe with me. Well, it won't actually, but it will. No, it won't. Well, let's put it this way. It'll be safe till I see you again. And trust me, that one is never, ever going to get old. In fact, none of it's going to get old. It was fantastic. And even bloody Fat Boy Slim there. Never mind your F1 race, and it was the other career we were interested in. Oh, dear. Oh, the stories were fantastic. It's brilliant. But as the saying goes, what goes in Benny stays in Benny. And if you want to come and find these stories out, well, you'll have to come along with us next year, won't you? Anyway, oh God, I'm so excited. This is brilliant. I need the weekend off, actually, by the way, guys, because I'm absolutely knackered. We had a wild time. So, I forgot where I was at now. I often do that, you know, boys and girls.
Bring on the dancing girls. Get rid of this idiot. Fuck you. Off.
Lost me thread there. I was getting excited. Anyway, like I say, what goes on in Benny stays in Benny. But what I'll say about these videos is, none of them are scripted. They really not. If you want to see trading in its raw style, do subscribe, do comment, support. But if you're here sort of looking for a glossy video, because I do get the comments and through saying my videos are not glossy and my sound's all over the place, it's because I'm not a filmmaker, guys. I'm a trader. I trade for a living, and I'm not endorsed to speak for anybody, but I do endorse companies, and the ones I endorse are the ones I use personally. You know, I'm not sort of a paid shill or anything like that. It's because I use them and I trust them. That's why I do it. But when it comes to YouTube, it's a hobby for me. Trading's my job, but I've connected with some wonderful people over the years. It's why I continue, and it's kind of why I try and rise above some of the morons out there that are just looking for the magic pill. I've got no time for those people. And when they're sticking it into me, and they do, they'll only ever cross me once, and I'll never help them, because why should I? And some people have found that. They've stuck it in and stuck it in, and then they realise that I could probably help them. But because I know who they are, they've burnt their bridge. So, c'est la vie. And the ones who have been lovely to me, I'll catch up with them, which is why we went to Scruff in the Sun, and it's why I paid for it. Tell me someone else who would do that. There's not many of us. Not many at all. And it's simply because of the guys I've met, and I find them wonderful. And they rekindled something that I thought was lost 7 years ago. Human nature. And if you can see the beauty in human nature, you will do what I do. That's simple. Oh, I'm feeling really blessed today. And I am. And I had a wonderful time with Joanne. I can't tell you what a good time I had with her. Our life has been up and down, and we've had our moments over the last couple of years. We've had a rocky time of things. Not financially, I mean in personal life and one thing and another. And this is one of the first holidays where I've watched her laugh every day, and to see that woman smile makes my day. It really does, because I love her to bits. I genuinely do. And I'm not afraid to say it either. And some people think it's soft because I like her. Well, who wouldn't? She's as sexy as it is. And trust me, you put her in a bikini, even at her age, she'll put 21-year-olds to shame. She is stunning.
Big tits. Huge tits.
Whew. I had a great holiday. Oh, I need a coffee. Right, small account. And the reason why I ramble like that a lot of the time is because I do shake off the trolls and the pill hunters. They'll never watch this far in. And to be honest, good riddance to them. I always keep the better stuff to the end. Right. Let's get back to this. Okay. So if I had a look at this, but this is where the interesting part comes, because we were building up a similar account for Christmas. Now, I've been working on this. We restarted it in September. We started in January, and as you've seen, I've had holiday after holiday after holiday built from a small account, doing what we're doing, and I had my baselines. Now, it does have its wobbles. It's not the most perfect count in the world, and I've had a major wobble on the Vanguard account that I'll do later on, to the fact that I had to refund or put money back into it because I dropped an almighty clanger, and I'll hold my hand up. I did. I left a trade order on, it triggered it, and while I was traveling, I came back. There was bloody half the account was wiped. So I had to put money back into it, but I'll show you that at the end of the month when I do the Vanguard. I was really annoyed at it, really annoyed, because the one thing that I always do is switch my orders off, or I get into a habit of, and I was in a rush to get in the car, and I had a long journey to get to the airport, and I forgot. Because I was excited, I was going on holiday, and I forgot. And I paid the price for it. So that's why I keep an eye on my journals and things like that. And it's something that's in my other journal. And if you bear with me, I'll actually just give you a quick snapshot of that.
You have caused confusion and delay and terrible trouble to my trousers.
Right, just pull this in. Cross, did a couple of trades on it this morning, which did okay. But October, there. 76 quid got wiped out. And why? Because I got it badly wrong, forgot the order, triggered by traveling, and when I arrived, very costly mistake. This is one of the other things that you do with your journal. You've got to. So for all this is up, it's not. It's actually down. So I've got 30 quid to make up this month in this journal or this particular account. So for all that's building up, I've had to pay all the costs and everything off it. So costly mistake. But we're dealing with this account at the moment, which is what we're building up for Christmas. So again, November, once it's got over 400 quid, I'm going to look to lower the leverage. So as long as I can keep that above £400 by the end of this month, I'll be shutting off the MT5 that's on at 500 to 1 leverage, and I'll be moving it down to the next level of either 300 or 400 leverage, because what I want to do is reduce the leverage requirements, and there's very good reason why I do that. It stops temptation, stops oversizing the account. Okay, but this is what the state of play is of the account itself. It's actually up 123%. Well, it's nearly up 124% actually. I've taken out of it wages, which is here. So it's made me £100 that I've actually drawn out myself. And there you go. So you saw me draw that out. You saw me draw that out. These are things, I don't really need the money for presents, so I'm going to put them into the emerging markets Vanguard, so you'll be able to see that grow as well. So there'll actually be 2 accounts funding that, unless I'm going to pay for a holiday, which I will be on January the 1st, because I'll restart this with you guys and I will build up the fund to pay for my Benidorm trip. That's what I'm going to do with this. So as we come through to November, done a few little trades on this as we going forward, and what we can see, we're up to here. So I need this to get up to 400 to flip over. So I'm currently trading at 30p a position, which is here, and that's what this is all for. There's my goals. But for me to achieve this bit, the target I set before I went away, I just have to do 212 a day. Well, I'm easily overachieving that. And that's why I was saying earlier on, if you overachieve your daily target or your daily pip count, it all adds up, makes life so much easier for you. And I've only got about 15% to go to the end of the month, and then this will have hit its targets, and I'm happy. And then just if I pull this up, there it is there. So that's the same number, and then drop in, and then there's the trades that I've done today. And I always do the same thing, guys. I go from zone to zone all the time. I'm working from this particular area down to that area, and then you can work the waves as it goes. And these are the things that I was shown when we're in Benidorm. It's not all about the system. It's about how you plan it. And if you do your planning correctly, the job itself is actually quite simple. You respect the spread and the margin. If you can't afford, because think about it in a logical way. Whenever you go to market, whenever, it's 50-50. Why? Because market goes up, market goes down, 2 directions. If the market's going nowhere, it don't matter. So you really, it's either up or down. Align yourself with the dominant direction, and you normally find you're okay. And why is that? Because if you got the direction right, it'll forgive a bad entry. Then you can scale into that bad entry, and eventually the dominant direction will take over, and it'll start paying you very well. And then you just build up your little acorns, and those acorns become mighty trees. Trading's not hard. It's always in the planning, guys. Always in the planning. Anyway, it was an off-the-cuff one this morning. I said I would do it for the guys. I'll just update the little accounts because it's Friday. I'm actually having today off. And back to normal on Monday. Do keep putting your comments in. Drop along to the Scruffy Squad, and you'll see exactly what we talk about all the time. But I do implore you, if you're looking for magic pills, they don't exist. It's just common sense. And if you're flicking from one glossy video, in fact, I'll tell you this. If you go from one glossy video to the next glossy video to the next glossy video, ask yourself one question. Are they traders or filmmakers? Because I'm certainly not a filmmaker. Something for you to think about. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.